Thorney Weir is a mature day ticket venue in West Drayton, with around 750 carp in around 18 acres of water. The lake offers many features including weed beds, gravel bars and even sunken barges. The first thing we did was have a walk around the venue to try and find an area of the lake that looked to be holding some fish. After finding a couple of promising looking swims around halfway around the lake, both with fish showing in front of them, we carried on walking until we got to the furthest two swims. These are known as Jim's Swim and the Longest Walk, and the name means just that. But we felt we had more water and more options in these swims, so the long mission with the barrow was justified. So continue to watch the video to find out how we got on. Well, I'm just having a cast about with a weed rake at the moment. We just turned up to Thorney Weir and I found my spot already just by leading about. I've got a big weed bed in front of me, nice new growth, loads of natural food in that, and I just want to put a rod just to the left of that. But at the moment I've got a gravel patch out there which is caked in old dead weed, and I just want to clear that out, get rid of the majority of it so I can fish a bait over it and get a good presentation. Well, there we are. Look at this lovely dark tench. This picked up on the right hand rod this morning on a naked chod, cast over to patchy weed to the right hand side of a weed bed. Really pleased to catch this fish. The rods are back out on the spot now. It's looking good for a take, so hopefully I'll be able to get into a carp soon.
Now both my rods are fishing well and on the spot. I've got a great presentation and a good scatter in the steamies over there. Just want to create a few extra chances for myself really, so I found a nice margin over to the left here. I can keep an eye on it from the bivvy over the course of the weekend and just trickle in a few baits every now and then. And if I see any fish showing, I'll move one of the rods over it and try and pick out a bonus fish.
With the rods out and the bait established, it was time for a well-deserved coffee. My swim was very weedy and I chose to fish my baits around 40 yards out, close to a big patch of fresh weed. Paul's swim was much clearer and very silty with less features, so he decided to put more bait out than I did to give the fish a target to hone in on. We were both confident with our chosen spots and baiting approach going into the first night. Well, I'm into my first Thorney Weir carp and got a lot of weed on the line at the moment, so I'm just taking it steady. I don't want to do anything too major at this stage, just going to keep a tight line on it and the fish will just swim itself out. It's just warmed off a bit now, isn't it, Paul?
Yep.
It's a lot colder earlier. That wind changed slightly again, and hopefully the fish are going to get on the feed. We've had the bait in the water 24 hours now, so I'm still yet to put any more out. I didn't want to put too much bait out there. I didn't really feel that the fish had got onto the bait, and I'll probably only put another 5 spoms out after this one, just to top up the area over the 2 rods. But looks like the spot by the new weed growth has paid off. Hopefully we can land this fish. Well, somewhere in amongst this big ball of weed is a Thorney Weir mirror carp, so really pleased to have finally got one, and I just feel that now it's warmed up a little bit, the fish have got on the bait that we established yesterday, and I'm sure we can catch a few more in these weather conditions. Right, what a result. 31 pounds 6 ounces over the hemp baits that we put out yesterday. I can't believe I've caught a 30 out of here. Oh, fantastic. So pleased to catch this fish. What a lump of a mirror carp. Thorney Weir, what a day ticket venue. Oh. Well, there she is for the last time. What an awesome mirror carp. So pleased to catch this one. We've got the bailiffs down at the moment. They've given us special permission just to wade in, just to get some really nice shots of this fish. And we've made sure that the margins are safe to do so. But normally you wouldn't be allowed to do that. But I say, just for this fish, just for the filming purposes, they've allowed us to do so. What a fish. Let's slip it back. Yeah, those waders leak. Right, well, we've caught a fish now, so now's the time to put a little bit more bait out. I'm going to put about 10 of the midi spoms out, not too much bait at all, just to get some smell and attraction back in the water. All those oils coming up through the water column, it's really attractive. It's going to bring fish back into the area looking for more food, and hopefully with there not being too much bait out there, they're going to find my hook bait much quicker.
Well, have a look at this one then. Absolutely ecstatic. Caught on my baited spot using the new hemp range from Individual Baits. Just little snowman rigs. And it's run off this morning. Well happy. So I'm going to slip this one back and see if I can get some more.
Well, I'm just going to talk you through the new bait that I've been using recently. We're doing really well on the new hemp steamies. Everyone knows that carp really like hemp, but I can't be bothered with messing with particle. It's not really the way I like to fish. I like to put baits out in the throwing stick, and this allows me to do that. So to prepare them, all I do is pop a few in a bucket, and to that I'm using the matching hemp oil. That's going to soak into the baits, give them loads of extra attraction, and create a really nice oil slick when they first hit the water. When it comes to making my rigs, I like to fish a snowman, so I use one of the hempies. These are a hard hemp bait that have been pre-soaked in the hemp oil, again to give more attraction. I use that to tip off my snowmans, and then I just give it a liberal wrap in the hemp paste. So that's going to break down gradually on the bottom, releasing even more attraction. and really you can't get better than that from a hemp bait range. Spot on. You'll notice my rod tips are sunk under the water. This is a great way of stopping any unwanted interference from wildlife and floating weed. Doing this potentially avoids recasting during the night or even worse at bite time in the morning.
Right, well the rod's just ripped off savagely out of the blue. I was just sitting there quietly and the rod tips bent round and we're into another one of these Thorney Weir carp. Or at least I think it is. It feels alright. It's in a big ball of weed like the last one was, so I'm just taking it steady. A lot of trailing weed on the line, and I don't want anything getting caught in my rod tip. But a very cold morning that we've woken up to. And hopefully the fish are going to get next to that weed bed like they did yesterday morning and have a bit of a feed. Well, this fish is looking really nice in the early morning sun. Bobbing his head across the surface, coming in nice and steady. But what a day ticket venue this is to catch so many fish and stunners as well. We're having a great trip. Right, I think he's ready for the net. Oh, it's a lovely fish. Well, there you go, another gorgeous carp from Thorney Weir. Beautiful scaly mirror carp. Really pleased to catch this fish. Over my weedy spot again. I just think during the day they're getting in there, feeding on the naturals, and I'm picking them up. Really pleased to catch this over the hemp steamies again. Come on.
Well, what a way to end our Thorney Weir trip here. Absolute stunning 27 pound linear. Just goes to show that we've ringed the changes, haven't we? We've made a few differences, and fishing over those hemp baits, it's caught loads of fish for us.
Yeah, we started off on the first night. Things really didn't go to plan, but implemented a few changes. I say fishing up to those weed beds, and ended up fishing pop-ups over the baits, and really we picked out a few of the better fish. So can't really grumble. A day ticket water with this sort of stock and real stunning fish as well. It's been fantastic, isn't it, Paul? Well done, mate. That's a really stunning linear. Cracking. Let's get some pictures of it, mate. Well done.
Well, we really have had an amazing trip to this stunning venue, and to think that there are carp to over £40 in this lake, all available on a day ticket, is definitely the reason that we'll be back to Thorney Weir in the very near future. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you soon.